Did you know, according to the Consumer Justice Foundation, cheerleading has had a higher rate of injury of the 23 of 24 sports recognized by the National Collegiate Athletic Association, the exception being football. Cheerleading is a sport that requires 4 different people to work together in order to achieve one goal, and that is to keep the flyer and the stunt safely. I have cheered for 8 years of my life. I started in the 5th grade and finished in the 12th. And most of the injuries I have seen were because of improper technique. Today, I will explain and demonstrate how to do a full-up as a main base in this stunt. Now that you know what could happen if you don't properly learn the correct technique, let's start with the beginning, the flyer jumping into the stunt. It is important to remember that this is still a simple stunt. So when the flyer jumps in, we're going to make sure that she's in our hands, our squish is squeezed and controlled, our elbows are to our ribs, and nothing goes past our belly button. From there, you're gonna still make sure you still have that basic technique applied. For the actual process of the full up, you're gonna dip and quickly put the flyer up into the air from your squish. So for the main base, she's gonna take her right hand, her fingers are gonna go to her belly button. Her left hand stays in an actual squish position. Her right hand is the only thing that changes. From here, she's going to dip, take her elbow and hit her rib as hard as she can and as fast and controlled as she can. She's going to take it up her body and finish out that spin to the top. For my first picture I have here today, our main base here, she has already done the first step. She has already dipped, took the flyer up her face to her body, and now she's going to finish out that spin and settle to the top. She is almost there and ready to reach that final product. That final product you do want to achieve for your stunt is to have the flyer in your hair above your head. So you're going to make sure while you're up in the air that you are blocking through your shoulders. When she goes and finishes that spin, we're going to block and squeeze and control that extension. For my second picture I have here today, we have a what to do and what not to do. So first, we're going to look at what not to do. We have 2 bases that are far apart. They are pushing against each other and essentially not working together. They have muscle strain on their elbows, back, and knees, which causes the flyer to not have this stable platform. From here, you also see that they are weaker. For a more stable stunt, we have our bases. They are together and firm. And this stunt is more strong. They are pushing through their shoulders and still blocking that, whether it was just a straight up or they added this skill they had. They're going to make sure that everything is supported. Their center of gravity is in one line and it's not broken up as this one. So while there are many different positions in cheerleading, this is just one of them. We have a flyer, back spot, main base, and side base. So today I explained how to first load and control the squish, which was when we jumped in and we made sure it was still controlled and squeezed. We learned how to get from the bottom to the top of the stunt, which was the main base. She still had squeezed and controlled the squish and she wanted to dip and go. And we still want to make sure that's quick and fast as we can. And finally how to finish that stunt when the flyer was in the air and everything was blocked out. We blocked through our shoulders, stood straight up, and made sure our center of gravity was in one line. I do appreciate you spending your time with me today, and I hope you learned some tips and tricks, and thank you again for listening.